Is it really the end of patterns as we know them? I believe the pattern people, the big ones, McCall, Simplicity and so forth, are going broke. I love patterns and I've been collecting them for quite a while. I had a lot of women's ones at one stage, and I was making women's clothes out of vintage patterns. They were wonderful. But now I just concentrate on shirts and men's stuff. I buy a lot of patterns from charity shops because they're usually about, I don't know, $1 or so. Got some 70s ones and some very old ones. I look after them by putting them in envelopes to keep the patterns safe. The worst thing that happens to patterns is that the envelopes get damaged, and patterns are usually all right. So I thought this is a way of protecting them. There's even one for men's underwear. Some of these are quite nice. I mean, I would wear that these days. Very smart dressing gown, another dressing gown, and another dressing gown, and a camp collared shirt. If I see stuff on the roadside that someone's thrown out, I'll quite happily go and collect it. And this was one of the things, a Featherlight sewing machine box, and it's perfect for holding patterns. So many, a lot of shirt ones. And I was going to make this, I've started it, made the muslin for it. I was going to do the safari jacket in 2 sizes, just the jacket. So that's something that I've been working on for about 2 years. Get to be very slow these days. I usually like structured shirts, sort of like, I think they're called dress shirts these days, but I decided to make myself a simple one with a camp collar. So I bought this. It's an old second-hand one. It's actually not very old. It's from 2020, from 2020. So that should be interesting. It should be a fun project for me and something comfortable to wear in summer. Whether it's this summer, I don't know. So slow these days. We'll see what happens with it. So it looks like it's the end of the road for all these big brands, which is pretty shocking. I think the thing that's killed them is people are putting up PDF patterns, and there are pattern making software. I downloaded some and tried to make some patterns, but it didn't work for me. I don't have the mental capacity or something to do it. It just didn't work. It's pretty complicated, but people are doing it, and they're making their own patterns, and you download them in letter or A4 size and put it all together. And it seems to work. People were starting to do it with the vintage patterns too, which was disappointing for me because I like to collect the vintage ones. I like the actual patterns, and I didn't really want to download them in PDF form. But I reckon that's what's killed the big companies. I remember going into the fabric places, and first of all, all the drawers of patterns were behind the staff. You couldn't get to them, and you had to go through the big books and choose which size you wanted and the pattern number, and then they just let you run rampant through the drawers over the last couple of years, and you could just pick your own. So I should have known something was happening. But anyway, I'm glad that my pattern buying days are over, even vintage ones. I mean, these are wonderful. I love them. I'll make them all someday. I've made quite a few of them. I put them onto cardboard I've got some flooring cardboard called Ramboard, and I put the patterns onto that, and they last pretty well. And I don't have to wreck the patterns. If it's a size, different size to what I want, I just run around it with a tracing wheel rather than wrecking the pattern and cutting up into bits and doing all that. And it works well. So that's where it's all happening, and it's certainly a change of an era, that's for sure. In the meantime, I've been working on a new pattern, and this is it. I think I may have gone a bit overboard with it. It was based on this one, started off like that, and I really changed the last row into more flying geese. I just can't help myself with flying geese, I love them. So that's it. I don't know if anyone wants a tutorial, but I could certainly put one together. And this is the sort of thing we have to put up with in this country. That's our surfing koala Christmas card. And there's also a surfing Santa. Santa in board shorts with his cap and the rest of it, bringing a little bit of Australiana into the whole thing. Although there's so much traditional stuff. We have snow scenes and all that, but that's a little bit of Australian nonsense.